coming to you live again from Austin, Texas. We are still at the Tony Robbins event. We will be for the next few days. So I am just going to go ahead and kind of make this short and sweet, but it's going to be really power-packed, even though it's about a Peloton. So stay with me. First things first, you guys, is you have the opportunity to win things. The way that you win things, you guys, is you go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on YouTube videos, share YouTube videos into social media, and then you just tag myself or my business page in it. Either way, no big deal, okay? One person every week is going to get a little tappy tap on their shoulder, or their virtual shoulder, so to speak. And then we'll be like, hey, go pick something out from the swag shop, and we're just going to send it to you. And you might be like, oh my gosh, Martha, where's the swag shop? And to you, I say, oh my gosh, just go to withmartha.com, go to shop at the top, and then you will enter the swag shop and you can look at all of the things. So, all right, guys, let me go ahead and get this out of here. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about today. First of all, I want coffee. So, what we're talking about today is what my Peloton taught me about business. How's that? It's actually really good. So I was on my Peloton. I was on the hotel's Peloton. Okay, it wasn't my Peloton. But anyway, I was on the Peloton, and I have just started doing Peloton workouts. Okay, I love them, but I just started doing them. Okay, and as most people like us, and tell me if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments if this is you. You see beginner classes and you're like, no, I don't need that. And then you just you go to like one of the regular classes like it's no big deal. Like you've been doing this for years, okay? Anybody else out there that skips beginner classes because you're like, no, I know how to ride a bike, you know? And so I did that. And here's what I learned that's so profound that I want you guys to think about as well. And this is whether you've been in business for years, or if you're just starting business, or if you're just starting a new income stream, right? So I love income streams, but the truth is that every new income stream that you start is new, you know? I mean, it's not like you've been in business for 30 years, you start a new income stream and you bring that 30 years with you to the income stream. You do a little bit in the fact that you know some rudimentary skills, you know some rudimentary things that got you where you are with your other income streams, but still new is new. And there's typically different dynamics and ways to really be successful at any income stream, right? So what I did is I jumped into a regular class without any beginner anything. And it was a 45-minute class, and it was great. It was really great. Here's what happened, though. The competitive side of me, which we all have, you can deny it if you want to, and that's totally fine, but we all have it. We all have that side of us where we're like, I want to do well. There's something in you that wants to do well. And so the competitive side of me was watching the leaderboard, and at the bottom, I don't know if you've done Peloton before, but at the bottom, it's going to say a range of what your resistance is, you know, like how difficult it is. So it'll give you a range. It'll go from, 20 to 35. And then whenever it goes up, it'll be like 40 to 55 or something like that. And so you stay within that range on resistance. There's also, on this side, there's how your RPMs, I think is what it is, how fast you need to be going. And so that's cool when it's lower resistance. So if we're at 25 or something and it's like 110 RPMs, I'm like, yeah, fine, that's all right. It changes, however, whenever you're at 50 resistance, which is 50%, like between none and all. So if you're at 50% resistance and then it's got you at like going 90 RPMs, that ain't easy if you haven't been doing this for a while. Some of you might already see where I'm going right now, and I love you so much for knowing me. So what I'm saying here is, let's stop comparing ourselves with people that have been doing this a while, that with people that have been working the income stream that you just started, or just, business at all. If you just started business, stop comparing yourself with people that have been doing it for a long time and have built up that muscle of being able to do this stuff and do it quickly, okay? Because it takes a little while to build up to that. And so for me, I was starting to dog on myself a little bit because I was like, I'm at the resistance. I'm not cutting that, right? Like I'm staying at the resistance, but I can't do the RPM. Like I can't get up there for all of them. For some of them I can, but I can't for the entirety of the 45 minutes. I can't do it. Like I will be able to do it. But because I've just started it literally this week, I'm not there yet. And so there are two approaches that I could take here. I could say, you know what, I just suck at this and I'm not going to do it anymore. How many people have done that in your business? How many people, let's be honest, guys. We're not a community if we can't be honest with each other. How many people have been like, have started it, maybe it wasn't a week, maybe it was 2 weeks, a month, maybe even 2 months. And then finally you were like, I just can't do this. Like I can't do it like, here's the end of that sentence. I can't do this like everyone else. Because that's what we do, is we look out and we see what other people are doing, or what we think they're doing, really is what it is. What everybody else is doing. And then we say like, oh, but mine doesn't look that good. I'm not showing up that well. I'm not doing things as good as them. And then eventually you're going to be like, this just isn't for me. And when in reality, you guys, you just need to have so much grace with yourself. Because it is for you. If you want to do it, you're absolutely able to do it. But the secret, the hack in all of this is having grace with yourself and understanding that you started, like you're at the starting position and you're developing your muscle memory. You're developing your strength. You're developing your endurance. You're developing these things. This is personal development, guys. It's self-development. You're developing these things within yourself. And then later on, talk to me in 6 months. Talk to me in 6 months. I will be up there with the rest of them. I guarantee it. And it's because I'm not going to quit. And it's because I know where I'm at right now. I know what the future is going to look like. I know I'll be able to get there. So I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to have grace with myself. And what I do on the Peloton is I just turn that little thing off. Like I don't even want to know where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm going to try as hard as I can. And then in another week or so, I'm going to turn that little thing back on so I can see where I'm actually supposed to be. And so then I can start, moving toward that. But to beat myself up in the very beginning stages, because I can't hit the RPMs while keeping this massive resistance, is insane, guys. And it's also insane to do that in your business or in your income streams or whatever you're doing, right? It's insane. And all that beating yourself up does is keep you where you don't want to be. You want to be successful. You want to be the hero for your family, right? Like you want these things for your family, for your community, for yourself, for your world. And so what are we really doing beating ourselves up at the starting line? It works against everything that we're looking to do, okay? So that is the business lesson that I learned from my Peloton today. I was like, I can't hit these RPMs. And then immediately in my head, I was like, wait, there's a business thing here. Like this, I need to be able to talk about this. So anyway, there is that, you guys. That is what we are talking about this morning. I see you guys over in the live chat. What I want to say super quick is there is, let me get the graphic up. There are big changes coming to HBR. If you don't know what HBR is, it's home-based revolution. It's where I teach you guys how to be able to grow multiple income streams from home, utilizing stuff that you already know. And basically what you do is you use, you know, what has happened to you in your life and what has happened to you in your world. And then I show you how to be able to create community around that, and then be able to build income streams around that that aren't salesy, sleazy, or weird, that don't feel gross, but rather you're living in service every day of your life. And then the cool thing is that you get really financially blessed because of this. And then you get to start doing things in your world that you never thought were going to be possible before. So that's what HBR is. What I'm going to be doing with HBR, and not a lot of people know this, is we're actually going to be breaking it up into 3 parts. Okay? We're going to break HBR up into beginner, intermediate, and advanced. All right. So there's going to be, you know, you can jump into the beginner version of HBR. This is going to be happening in a little while. You're going to be able to jump into the beginner version of HBR, work through that, jump into intermediate, work through that, and then go to advanced, where you're building an empire. Not like we're royalty or anything, but that's where you build the whole massive brand that you see people do out there, like a Martha Stewart brand. I can show you how to build a brand like that. We've built a brand like that, right? Like I can show you how to be able to do that. That's what we do. So that said, all of those 3 together are going to equal about 10K. All right. Now, if you're jumping in right now, you're actually jumping in before we've broken it into 3 parts, and you'll be grandfathered into all 3 of those parts for $14.97. Did you just hear that? Okay. You'll be grandfathered. So you'll be a part. Anybody that's already in HBR, you're going to already be in all 3 of those parts. It's not fair to do anything else, right? Like we start from fair. And so what I would suggest you guys is jumping in now so you don't have to pay more later. That's just what I would suggest, because it is going to be changing. I want to be fully honest, transparent, all of those things that I value very strongly, okay? So jump in. Here's how you jump in. You go to Livin the Dream with Martha. You message me the words, "Let's do this," or "Rainbows and Unicorns," or whatever you want. And we'll have a conversation. I'll give you the details of the program, and you'll say whether you're in or out. No, I'm not going to chase you around the internet if you decide that you're out. I'm not going to be all weird and sleazy and blah. I'm not going to do that. I don't tell you to do that, right? So, but understand, most people, if they say that they're out, they'll come back 6 months later and say that they want in. And understand that if you come back 6 months later, it'll be broken apart into 3 pieces, okay? And will basically all equal about 10K. All right, so just wanted you guys to know that. Now, what questions do you guys have? Nen said, great analogy. This actually brought an emotional response out of me. Oh, Nen. Thank you for saying that. Actually, I'm going to take this graphic off. You guys got that graphic, right? If you have questions, just ask a friend. Andrea, I'm so excited for the shifts. Oh, me too. Martisha, I love that. You really do make it so easy to succeed. Thank you. Andrea, whoop, whoop. Yes, boom. Jill, wow, so excited for the shift. Jump in if you have not yet. There it is. It's real stuff, guys. David, hey there. That makes so much sense. Thanks. Oh my gosh, of course. Jill, lessons learned everywhere. Thank you for sharing this. I have definitely caught myself in the comparison zone before and do not desire to be there. I will keep going. There it is. We just have to be so absolutely honest with ourselves. We're not going to succeed if we're looking at other people's success instead of what we can do to better ourselves in the moment, in the day, and all of that stuff. Right, guys? Let's see. Heather, yes, great analogy. I love this. I love this girl. Oh, shucks. Martisha, I've definitely done that. So frustrating. And it takes a strong mindset to get out of your own head and press forward. It takes Martisha, I agree with you 100%. I'm also just going to add on top of that, it takes a strong community. It takes a strong group of people around you to help you get out of that mindset. And that's what HBR is. And that's also what 7 Figures is, 7 Figures from Home. So the link to that is in the description of this video. If you just want to get into a group where you can feel loved on and where you can feel fed, that I would jump into 7 figures, because that's a lot of people moving the same direction as you. So what I'm going to do is pop out of here, you guys. We are going to do some hatchet throwing today. So there's that. And then also golf. So there's a weird mixture of hatchet throwing and golf that's going to happen today. But anywho, you guys have the best day.